morning. Welcome to Thinking is Contagious. If you enjoy the broadcast, enjoying the channel, please subscribe. We look for your support, continued support. Would like to start today with Major League Baseball. I am a huge baseball fan, huge Yankee fan. And last night I sat down to watch the Yankees and the Nationals. And what I found to my chagrin was that I sat down to watch a commercial for Black Lives Matter. Um, the adage of tell a lie, tell a big lie, tell it often, and people will eventually believe it to be true. That adage is attributed to Joseph Goebbels, who was the propaganda minister for the devil incarnate Adolf Hitler. That adage applies to Black Lives Matter. When you see politicians such as Pete Buttigieg responding to a question about racism, saying that all police work and all of American life takes place in the shadow of racism, you understand what we are being fed and the premise that is being built in this country. Tell a lie, tell a big lie, and it becomes true is the foundation of Fidel Castro's Cuba. It's the foundation of Hugo Chavez's Venezuela. It's the foundation of most communist regimes' control over the masses. Black Lives Matters comes across as a organization that is there to protect what is rampant and systemic racism in the United States. There is no proof of any of that narrative being correct or being true. As a matter of fact, there's a 56-page report, study from Harvard University. Not exactly a conservative outfit. It's called an empirical analysis of racial differences in police use of force. And I'm going to read from it. It says, on non-lethal uses of force, blacks and Hispanics are more than 50% more likely to experience some form of interaction with police. Adding controls that account for important context and civilian behavior reduces but cannot fully explain these disparities. So far, correct. There is need for police reform, training, advocacy for a more open-minded and tolerant attitude initially going into situations. And that is something that I think training and further education will help. The funding police is not the answer. But I'm going to continue with the findings in this report. But, and this goes back to adding controls that account for important context and civilian behavior reduces but cannot fully explain these disparities. On the most extreme use of force, this is a different topic now, on the most extreme use of force, officer-involved shootings, so specifically officer-involved shootings, we find no racial difference in either the raw data or when contextual factors are taken into account. We argue that the patterns in the data are consistent with a model in which police officers are utility maximizers, a fraction of which have a preference for discrimination who incur relatively high expected costs of officer-involved shootings. So, in other words, when it comes to excessive use of force, police shootings, there is no evidence in this report of race playing a factor. Another report, for the proceedings of National Academy of Sciences, PNAS, Dr. Cisneros, who is a professor from Michigan State University, And the study was actually in conjunction with University of Maryland. Found a couple of interesting points when it came to police work, which is actually black officers are more likely to shoot black citizens than white officers are. And this is a quote, data shows that the rate of crime by each racial group is the greatest predictor, predicts the likelihood of citizens from that racial group being shot. So in other words, the activity is what is the greatest influencer. The activity taking place is the greatest influencer of a shooting, what leads to a potential shooting of a citizen. A criminology and public policy study of 2016, an experiment of 80 patrol officers, it says, despite clear evidence, less of implicit bias against black suspects, officers were less likely to shoot unarmed black than white suspects. So the narrative that Black Lives Matters is giving you, that there's a target, is scientifically being disproven at this point by these studies. And my efforts to look for studies did not reference only studies that would favor my argument. I just asked for in general on the topic, and this is what I have found. You cannot then go before a nation and include yourself as part of the American fabric, predicate your position on these what are can only be constituted as lies, and not be considered an organization that seeks to divide the country, that seeks to promote an agenda. And that agenda is to convince Black America that they lack opportunity, that they are treated unfairly, that no matter what you do or what you try to do, don't expect positive results because of your race. This is the narrative that's being fed, and this is the narrative that Black Lives Matters is promoting. Again, if Black Lives Matters were really interested in the welfare of Black Americans, the focus would not only be on police reform, which we've acknowledged, and these reports have acknowledged, there has to be some police reform, absolutely, as to behavior. But the rampant systemic racism, the targeting of blacks for demise, has absolutely no basis and is a complete and utter fallacy, and is used to incite, and is used to instigate, and it's used to help promote the true objective of Black Lives Matter, which is a revolution to gain political power. It is a revolution to change the American capitalist system. It is an affront to patriarchy. It is an affront to the freedoms and the liberties of all Americans. It is an insult to the Black Americans that every day go out and succeed and conquer in this world, both in their personal lives, their social lives, their economic lives. And that is the vast majority of Americans. It is an attempt to divide by constantly labeling us with different labels to make sure that we are not all one. It's irrelevant to me. As a matter of fact, I find it offensive when I read something or am told, read an article or am told that so and so is the first Latino American, the first Hispanic American to do this or to do that. That's not the bar. That's not the criteria. The criteria is, where am I in the pecking order of all Americans? I don't want to compete to a lower standard. I want to compete to the highest standard, which is the American standard. So when we start with dividing by ethnicity, by gender, by sexual orientation, by religion, and we qualify within those sections achievement, we're basically saying our target is a much lower standard. We're playing within the very limited parameter of success, achievement, accomplishment. No, we're all Americans. So there should be no Hispanic caucuses or Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. There should be no black entertainment. It's entertainment. It's television. It's American television. The American Civil Liberties Union is the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU. They've been around a long time. It's only recent, these new organizations that carry different labels. And when this leaks into the sports world, when this leaks into the entertainment industry, when this leaks, well, all we're doing is putting forth before this country and its youth a lie on which to build upon. America is the land of opportunity for all. You need to seize the opportunity. No excuses, no regrets, no turning back. Opportunity is seized. Opportunity is there for all of us. Every group that has immigrated into this country has come here because this is the land of opportunity. They have come here, black, white, oriental, Asian, every scope, everyone, and they have come here for opportunity. There's no narrative across the world that says if you are of a certain race, gender, you don't go to the United States because there's no opportunity for you. Everyone comes here. People cross the Florida Straits in inner tubes with their kids for opportunity. They come here without language. They come here without the education. But they know the opportunity is here. The sooner we stop blaming, the sooner we accept accountability, the sooner we say we are ready to compete, we are ready to seize opportunity, we are ready to move forward, we are ready to be Americans, not Cuban Americans, not Hispanic Americans, not Black Americans, not Asian Americans, Americans. The sooner we embrace that concept and we leave all this craziness and stupidity aside, quit tearing down statues, quit trying to rewrite American history. We are not here to discuss what happened 150 years ago. We are here to discuss today and how we move forward today and how we seize opportunity today. This country has the same opportunity available for all of us. It's up to us to do something with that opportunity. Again, subscribe. Thank you for your time.